Tribunal verdict. We will occupy Nigeria 12th September, says Big Tent. Big Tent is convened by Professor Tommy. Okay. And now they say they want to occupy Nigeria on the 12th of September. And what will be their reason for occupying Nigeria 12th of September? Why medicine after death? Okay. If they are going to protest, is it the right time to protest? Why? What has Tommy done all this while? I know he's ill and probably managing himself, but do you think this action is taken now is the best action to take? What impact will this action make in the political space and in reversing or undoing the evil that both APC and INEC has done? Is this not medicine after death, or is it a cheap popularity to get position under Tinubu? Because I know by the time probably they call him now and give him a very juicy position, all this fight will end. And he will say he wants to contribute his quota to serve Nigeria, not APC. That will be his statement. All these people are not to be trusted. That is the truth. But Tommy, I don't trust you. That is it. Let's see what the Big Tent has more to say. Following the controversial judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, PEPT, headed by Justice Haruna Samani, the Big Tent coalition has rejected the verdict in its entirety. The group in a statement also rejected what it described as Tinubu usurpation and its endorsement by the judiciary. We are further alarmed that our Electoral Commission organized an election with support from organizations who funded them, like the European Union, whose election monitoring report clearly stated that the election was a farce, but was blatantly ignored by a court system that says they did not prove the point. This is anarchy that we are moving towards, and we are alerting the whole world that our institutions have failed the people and our nation is on a downward slide to fascism, the group said. At a consultative meeting of the global leadership of the Big Tent, in response to the alarming judgment of the tribunal, it was resolved that there is need to mobilize Nigerians to take their country back. It called on all Nigerians everywhere across the globe to come out on Tuesday, September 12th, to occupy wherever it is that they choose to occupy, because they cannot let their dear country collapse into the unfolding fascism. We now know we do not have a judiciary, but we cannot let our country collapse. So Nigerians across board must now arise to take back Nigeria. It is time to use the internet and other resources to mobilize all kinds of groups across the country to get Nigerians of all shades to reject the impending doom and strongly state that we cannot accept this present order. If we say it enough, okay, something will give way. The Big Tent encourages Nigerians to raise slogans such as "slavery is not an option" and "if we die, we die." Okay, develop mobilization specific to groups. Nigerians are encouraged to occupy wherever it is they choose to occupy, and emphatically state that we cannot let our country collapse. While addressing the leadership of Big Tent, Professor Tommy noted that fascism is targeted terrorism, and fascists are like bullies who bully again and again after each success. So according to him, it is now happening in our climb, which we first saw with the elections on February 25, because through bullying, people forced their will and procured results, which was announced on March 1st at 4:10 a.m. The judiciary has been dead for some time. I participated in a conference of the Nigerian Bar Association section on public interest and development law, about 3 months ago, and I saw former presidents of the NBA repeatedly describing the Nigerian judicial system as a joke. I called for restraint, but after today's PEPT judgment, After today's judgment, it is clear that that even the lawyers know we don't have a judiciary anymore. The founder of Big Tent also stated that it is now impossible to save Nigeria without a focused resistance. Otherwise, fascism will go from bullying this person to that person. Look at even the media, as they have decided that certain media are not welcome in the presidential villa. So we can only but expect more and more of this. And the only solution is resistance. There need to be resistance from the diaspora, resistance from within, resistance from the youth, thought leaders. You cannot build a country on lies, on criminality, and expect it to go anywhere. The Big Tent is resolute in its determination to champion the cause to take back our country, because what is worse is to do nothing, recognizing that it is the excuse the usurpers are using to deceive the world that Nigerian people have moved on. We urge the Nigerian people to show that they have not moved on, because there are genuine reasons why to accept this status quo is to move to the end of Nigeria. The naked truth is that we are fighting for the soul of Nigeria right now. This is serious. We therefore enjoin all well-meaning Nigerians to join us as we also embark on a massive education of the people, because even as we encourage and mobilize to get on the streets, it is important to reach the soul of the people we are getting on the street, to make them understand why they are getting on the street. Nigeria is already effectively a criminal enterprise, because the crop of the present leadership elite involved in making major leadership decisions are persons of questionable character. We are also not unmindful that our country is not isolated and can be sucked into what is going on in the continent. The anger of the young people of the continent of Africa. If we do not move in a controlled manner, we may end up like Somalia, which is why we should all feel agitated and have the sense of urgency about how we suggest that Nigeria cannot continue like this. We encourage the many support groups of the Big Tent, civil society organizations, pressure groups, organized labor, students, young professionals, diaspora communities to quickly develop clear and lucid arguments to alert the world on what is happening in Nigeria. Groups should, as a matter of necessity and enlightened self-interest, mobilize and show why it is important to say that our country cannot continue like this on the road to Somalia. It is important that the world knows that the people are dealing with the end of their country, because they have been pushed to the wall and are going ahead to do what they think is important to save their country, no matter what anybody is saying to them, the group added. So the question now is, I don't know how impactful this action will be. Well, the more we reject what is happening in Nigeria, the better for Nigeria. And I just hope that what Pato Tommy is trying to tell the world here is sincerely from his heart and is genuine about it, because I am scared of Nigerian politicians, I say. Okay? If they call him, if APC now should call him now and put him aside and try to make him happy, I think all of these actions will end. Okay, so how does he intend to do it? How impactful is it going to be? How is he ready to resist the force? Because definitely the government will release the military to go and fight anybody that is protesting. Nigeria has slided into dictatorship already. The only way Nigeria can get back on track is not going to be by peace. It's not going to be by negotiation. It's obviously going to be force by force. Okay, so I don't know how this will work, counter force by counter force. I don't know who God has prepared to rescue the soul of Nigeria from the hand of these wicked politicians. It is actually getting too much. It is getting unbearable, and I don't know how we can get it. So I just hope Pato Tommy is honest in what he's trying to do, and I hope it will not lead to loss of souls again, because Nigerian government will use military and they will kill young people. Controversial on your desk alone. You grew up in speaking English but never knew that Nigeria matters are more than your eloquence. I beg, professor, go and teach. It is too late to mobilize anybody. If you must strike, always do so when the iron is hot. Prepare for the next election. Can you imagine? After the judgment of court, the terrorist Peter is be in, and his IPOB members want to sponsor violent disturbance of the peace of the country. He wants to lay claim to the mandate that we did not give to him. Can you imagine? So these ones are the APC sycophants and the Yoruba Fight sycophants. God will help you. We will not allow Biafrans to destroy our Nigerians. Are you even enjoying? This one is talking. Are you even enjoying? You are not enjoying anything. Somebody say you people should go to hell. You can't do more than a dead rat. So you want to coerce Tribunal to declare Obi as a winner. So all of them have come out here. Security forces stay clear. Let the masses take back their country. That is where the problem is. By the time they come out, you will see that they will use the military to start killing people the way they did during NSAS. I don't know where this country is going to. I can't wait to see how many Ovingo head rule come out with the weight. Can you imagine? So the people are there ready to fight for the government. Okay. Fraudulent judges must not escape also. Okay, so I'm sure, like I said earlier, the only way Nigeria's soul will be delivered is not going to be by peace, it's going to be by force. Let's see where all of this will take us to. But I know that if these politicians have made blood sacrifices and blood rituals to get power, it's still blood that will still redeem Nigeria. I don't know whose blood. God will help us in this country.